Let's talk about the best trick play in Madden 24. Trick plays throughout the history of Madden have either been really overpowered or basically useless. When we talk about Madden 08 with the wide receiver double pass, it's one of the glitchiest plays in Madden history. When you talk about the Philly special that was added after the Super Bowl, completely useless. But Madden 24 boasts actually a pretty effective run concept that serves as a trick play, and it gets a lot of the most popular players to struggle defending it out of the most popular defenses such as 4-3 even 6-1, dollar, and big nickel over G. To be honest, I don't see this run enough out there because there's a lot of you in the New York Jets offense that are missing out on the end around and the wide receiver reverse. Now, the end around is what you're going to find in the strong close formation. The reason that these plays are so effective is that no matter what, the defense really flocks to the initial handoff to the running back and over pursues their run fit. Basically, everybody plays the right run fit instead of the left run fit if you're going to run this with the reverse going to the left. This makes it really, really tough as the user is basically the only player that can make a play on this. Now, this is not the only type of end around that exists in the game. Believe it or not, the under center bunch also has an end around that actually contains a lead blocker. So this actually makes this even tougher to defend because the guy that normally is going to take this end around and have lots of turf to run to is going to have a lead blocker in front of him. We'll talk about both and how to defend them here in this video. So let's go ahead and start off with the strong close end around. Now, traditionally, you're going to face a run defense such as the 4-3 even 6-1. A lot of players stop the run at a dollar as well. This is a very popular meta. And with this particular defense, you're going to notice that even on a run fit to the right, you have this C icon, the cutback player. They're going to almost always overcommit here. And you're going to see that this end around fools him. He bites to the inside. And now, worst case scenario, they're going to stop you for 5 yards. This is a very, very hard run to stop. And the truth is, more often than not, especially when you start to get into the meta where people are worried about corner routes and they're backing up players, this is going to give you even more turf to run to. Again, you see how he overcommits, and if the user isn't there to make the play, you're absolutely done on this. This is not something that you run as a base offense. This is something that you're going to mix in. Maybe this is a red zone call. Maybe this is something that you guys are going to use on a third down and short in the middle of the field, somewhere around the 50, like we basically are at midfield right now. You see that the blocking on this is really, really good in tandem with the fact that the defense plays the wrong side on this play. Now, if you guys are enjoying today's video, make sure you guys give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. And of course, if you're fiending for more, this comes straight from my Gridiron Game Plans vault, where I keep you guys on top of the pro metas, how to counter them, and a little bit of nugget type content like you see right here that a lot of players are not running that you guys can use online to have a little bit more success. Don't worry, we're going to get into how to shut this down, but I just want to make sure you guys head over there. $9.95 a month unlocks the entire website. That's 11 offensive and defensive game plans, Discord access, lab sessions in the Discord every single Wednesday. Go check it out. So the end around lead is very, very good because it contains a lead blocker. And again, when you're dealing with this type of play, a lot of times with the defense overcommitting to the run to the right, you don't really need an extra lead blocker. But you see right here that he's going to help. And then, of course, with a juke, you see how dangerous this run can be. We turn this into a one-play score just by making one guy miss. A lot of players are going to opt to have a jukebox on their wide receiver taking this handoff. Some of you might have a running back that you plug in specifically for this. I would actually recommend this particular tactic that I'm going to show you right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our angry runs Bo Jackson, and we're going to sub him in at the outside receiver position. And the reason that we're going to do this is going to convert our personnel from 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 running back to 2 running backs, 1 tight end, and 2 receivers. And as you know, with this game, all of your audibles are personnel gated. So we can come out in this particular play where we have the end around to Bo Jackson. Now let's start off with this. When you have this end around to Bo Jackson, he does have the angry runs. So you're going to have everybody fooled. Now you're to the outside and you're going to be able to break that first tackle provided it's not a tackle battle dice roll. This added element to this can be very, very annoying because your opponent is going to have a hard enough time stopping this play in the open field as is. Now you add in the broken tackle element to this, it can actually cash in that much more. This also gives you the ability to audible into the other version of the end around because we have a second running back on the field. So now you can audible into the strong close and run this to a different player, albeit the defense played much better in this particular rep. You see the ability to mix this up and have two of them at the same time. Now, the thing about this is that it doesn't just work against the 4-3 even 6-1. Let's talk about this pinch dollar A gap blitz meta that a lot of players like to run. Again, because the players on this play fall for the fake handoff to the right, everybody overplays their gap, and now you've got a lead block to the outside. And you see right here, even if it doesn't end up being blocked perfectly, you're still looking at 7 yards. I can run this over and over, and you're gonna see kind of that this really doesn't have a chance to stop this. You run this end around, look at that blitz. It looked like it was played pretty well, but now we're moving out. You see right there, 10 yards off of that run with the ability to juke. Could be a house call quite easily. And to be honest, what you're seeing right here in practice mode is playing this better than what you'll notice in game. But again, that's not the only defense this is good against. If we were to go into my favorite defense in the game, which is the big nickel over G, this is a defense that is very susceptible to this run style as well. In fact, look at how this is set up. Basically, with Bo Jackson breaking tackles, we almost picked up a gain of 30 right there, and that very easily could have also been a touchdown. So you get it. This run is really good. The defense always guesses wrong on the running back. How do we slow this down? So when you guys are dealing or suspect the threat of an end around, one of the things that I would highly recommend going into is actually going to be a cover 4 match. Yes, you guessed it. Of course, we're going to be in some sort of match play. Now, the truth is we want to be in a cover 4 match because with this particular setup, if you take a look at the run fits, look at how on a run to the left, the safety is the one that is involved. That weak side safety is actually the saving grace player for this particular play. So he's going to allow you to get a player to the ball carrier on the end around. But again, you see right here that the blocking is still really, really good. So you have to start adding in some different elements to this. So in this particular example, you saw first and foremost, he was getting blocked by the lead blocker. So what if we kind of change things up a little bit by widening out our defensive line? Yes, it does invite the up the middle run, but those are a lot easier to stop. Now you see how we've got a guy there on the outside that is unblocked. The safety still comes down, fills his alleyway, and we're in a good spot. I can run this over and over with just stock cover 4. And you see that if that fullback does get a block on him, that can be problematic. But what you're going to be able to do with this quite easily is be able to kind of use the extra adjustments that I'm going to show you here in just a second in tandem with that safety coming down and taking on the fullback. Again, you see right here, look at how in this example, that safety sets the edge with us just spreading the defensive line. It changed the way the offensive line blocked, and it freed up our safety to make that play. Now let's add in the other two setups that I think are really going to take this to the next level for you. So when you're dealing with the end around, one thing that you guys will also want to do, believe it or not, is pass commit. And the reason that you want to pass commit is because everyone is getting into their run fits. Like I said, everyone over pursues to the right side run fit. If you pass commit, what that's going to do is that's going to tell everybody to instead play their pass assignment. So in this particular case, you've got Fred Warner in this flat to the left. In fact, it's a quarter flat. If you pass commit, rather than playing his right side run fit, which is down into this A gap or this B gap, he's going to instead drift out this direction, which is going to help with the spacing on this run. But that's not going to always stop this. Again, pass committing isn't necessarily the only thing you could do, but you see how Fred Warner does get out there and make this play. There will be times where maybe your opponent is running the play that has the leading play, the tight end on the end around lead, like I just broke down out of the bunch. You also are going to want to have the ability to make sure that somebody can chase the end around from behind. So we've got this pass committed Fred Warner. We got this player filling the backside gap as well. They're doing a good job of being 2-on-1 against the running back. The last adjustment you're going to want to utilize with this is to actually man up the end around receiver. Now, I do understand the ramifications of this. If you want to, you can always modify your coverage shell. I would probably, in this particular case, turn this into like a cover 6, where you play a cover 2 to the right, man up the end around guy, and just take your chances with whatever's going to come your way. But again, with this, you could still also pass commit, because what that's going to do is that's going to make sure that the guy that is manned up on the receiver is going to chase him. You're going to have the flat jumping out to the outside, and you're going to have the backside safety playing downhill. And when you take a look at this entire body of work, look at how you get the entire team playing the end around here in this particular case. Now, of course, you're saying, well, if we're pass committing, isn't that going to really hurt us against other runs? Yes, that can be the case. But one of the things that I like about this is that, again, if they want to run the ball like zone weak, you guys can still gap shoot this. You see right here, like I am able to come through, make a diving tackle, and you see right there, I was able to take out the Bo Jackson. This is not a bad overall run defense. You guys can run this out of over G. You could run this out of 6-1. You could run this out of dollar. All these adjustments to cover 4 type setups, pass committing, manning up the end around, those are all going to work in their own right. So let's go ahead and apply this into something else, such as maybe even the dollar. As much as I don't want to make dollar better, we should probably show you that it does work because a lot of players out there run dollar. So right here with this particular play, what I'm going to do is I've got this flat out here. And to be honest, I'm not a big fan of him being the guy that's in the flat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Edmonds and I'm going to put him instead into the curl flat, and I'll replace the hook here with Alexander. We're going to pass commit, and I'm still going to take this player right here, Asamoah, and I'm going to man him up on the end around guy. As long as we do this and you pass commit, you're going to see that everyone is going to play outside. Look at how this looks. You've got much better pursuit, much better gap integrity to this player taking the end around. And of course, you could apply this into the 4-3 even 6-1 as well. But this is the best trick play in the game. As you saw, without your opponent doing adjusting, pass committing, manning up players, understanding what they really need to do against this could be a house call at any moment. And bare minimum, at worst case scenario, it's still gonna be 6 to 10 yards. It's a great short yardage run call with real home run potential in the middle of the field as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the counter as well. You guys should enjoy facing this online now because you know how to stop it. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, this is Zan. Get the lab in. Good luck.